Hey everybody. Today we're talking about area of parallelograms and triangles. This one will also cover rectangles. So it's important to start off with a rectangle because these formulas are based on this formula. All of these formulas are based on this formula. The area of a rectangle. When I'm talking about area, I really am talking about all of this space inside here, all these squares. Now, I could absolutely come through and and count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's one way to do it. It's kind of slow. I could totally go, there's a faster way to do that, so I don't have to count every last one. I could do it this way. First of all, the formula for a rectangular is the area equals the base times the height. I multiply this side, the base, times the height. So combine numbers. There are 5 squares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to call this feet long. 5 feet long. That is the base. I'm noticing here that there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 feet here. So if I want to figure out how many are there, then I would take 5 times 4, and that equals that 20 feet. Same as when I counted out all the numbers, right? Let's check this example. Here's another rectangle. I'm going to use my area equals base times the height. Now, why don't we call this side, it would be the same if I were to say that this was the base, right? If I were to turn my head to the left here, then I would see that this could be the 8 centimeters. It's okay to turn your shapes on their sides. 8 centimeters, and I could say that this is the height here. It's 2 centimeters. So then it'd be 8 times 2 equals 16 centimeters squared. Notice what happened to both in the first example and in the second example, that when I multiply centimeters times centimeters, the unit, I get the little squared number there. When I multiply the feet times the feet, that becomes feet squared. It's important to notate that. All right, using that, we can actually also figure out the area of a parallelogram. So when it comes to a parallelogram, you can see that I have the same squares there, but you have a little bit of a triangle issue that's happening on the side. It's a slanted rectangle, if you will. But it is the same. So if I was to draw a line here and figure out how high, what is the height of this one? Looks to me like it is, and this one is the base down here. So the base looks like it is 2, and the height looks like it is 3. So I should be able to go 2 meters times 3 meters. I'm just adding in a unit measure. We'll call the m as meters. 2 meters times 3 meters equals 6 meters, and we have to square that. 6 meters squared. So let's check out this example down here. So here's my base. Calling that 5. Here's my height, 1, 2, 3. And that one is 3. 5 times 3 equals 15 meters squared. It's almost like this little triangle over here. We're just taking that and we're moving it over to the other side so that it's still a rectangle. It's interesting how you can kind of do it that way. That is how it's done. Okay, well, let's check out a triangle. It's interesting to note that a triangle is half the size of a rectangle, right? I could totally fill this in and make it a rectangle or a square in this case. A square is a special kind of rectangle that is the same on all sides. In this case, so then if that was the case, that I could make this into a rectangle, then I would just calculate the area of the rectangle and cut it in half. So there's the area of a rectangle. Then I divide it in two. So let's say that each box here is 4 millimeters. I would be saying that this is the base, so we're going to go ahead and go along the bottom, although I suppose I could turn my head to the right and call this the base over here. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 4 millimeters here. And then we're going to say that this is 4 millimeters as well for the height. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be 4 millimeters there. 4 times 4 equals 16 millimeters squared, and then I would divide that by 2. The answer equals the area of this the area of this triangle is 8 millimeters squared. All right, that's all we have. We actually have quite a bit of work. We're going to go ahead and calculate area of rectangle, parallelograms, and triangles. Lots of practice to do today. Go after it. Get it. You can